Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to talk about the Acolytes. We're going to go through the team roster. I came across an old X-Men handbook from the early 2000s, and I thought it would be cool to do a rundown of the roster because there are some really super obscure characters with interesting powers in the lineup of the Acolytes. Now, for those who don't know, the Acolytes were like hardcore zealots that followed the message of Magneto. Some of the members even viewed Mags as like this mutant messiah. But over time, this was sort of like lost or forgotten with writers, and they were sort of morphed into being Magneto's enforcers, or basic minions that would do the dirty work for Magneto. Thing is that they broke into different factions for a while, like one followed Magneto, others would follow Fabian Cortez. Things got complicated, I guess, and Marvel really didn't know what to do with these guys. The thing is, let's jump into the roster. First, we have Fabian Cortez, who was the leader of the Acolytes. I love to hate this guy. He's always written to be a conniving backstabber, and his powers are that he can increase the powers of others. And basically, when the Acolytes started to engage with Magneto, Magneto got addicted to Fabian Cortez's powers. And this dependence almost led to the death of Magneto because Fabian Cortez was part of another team called the Upstarts, which their sole purpose was to kill off mutants for points. It was this weird competition run by the Game Master. After Fabian, we have Amelia. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name. Bot. The thing is that this character could like convert herself into this weird type of mist or smoke. In a way, she was basically like a teleporter. And the thing is that she had history with Xavier. And she really viewed that Xavier's dream was totally unrealistic, and that's why she joined Magneto's cause. Then we have Rusty Collins, who comes from the pages of X Factor. He briefly became a member of the New Mutants. Then he was kidnapped by the Mutant Liberation Front, brainwashed. After that, he was rescued by the Acolytes and was unbrainwashed. I'm not sure what the term would be. The thing is, he regains his normal mental faculties thanks to Magneto. And for a brief time, he was part of the Acolytes. After Rusty, we have Jonah Cargill, also known as Frenzy. The mutant powerhouse from the Evil Alliance found her way into the Acolytes, joining Magneto's cause. Then we have Chrome, who had like quantum energy powers. Then, very interestingly, we have Anne-Marie Cortez. Literally, she appeared in 2 or 3 panels. She was actually killed in X-Men #1, where we got the first appearance of the Acolytes. And even though we never got to see her use her powers, here it's listed that she was an empath and a low-level telepath. After that, we have Decay, who's like a bioenergy vampire, whatever. Then we have Harry Delgado, who could change his size and had massive strength. Then we have Exodus, who became the leader for a real long time of the Acolytes. He hated Fabian Cortez's guts, like he knew the guy was a snake. Exodus also has history with Apocalypse, and his power level depends on how much he believes in a cause. And he really thought that Magneto was the mutant messiah. After this whole era, way further down the line during the Cocoon era, Exodus would view Hope like this, that she was the savior to all mutants. After this, we have Katu, who can absorb kinetic energy and create explosions, and had like weird climate powers too. Then we had the Kleinstock brothers, who could like fuse into each other in a very weird way. So you could see like the guy had like 2 torsos, 2 sets of arms, 2 heads, and also could shoot out energy blasts. Then you had Neophyte, who had like phasing powers, very much like Shadowcat. Then you had Remram, who had telepathic powers, but he can enter people's minds through their dreams. Then you had Scanner, and she can create this ghost form that she could project and go to other places. Then my favorite member of the Acolytes, you had Senjaka. He had that cool energy whip, and also he was a energy vampire. Then you had Barnacle, who can encase people in this weird substance that would fuse together and look like a bunch of barnacles. Then you had Gargoyle, who could fly, and she was like very durable thanks to her skin. After that, you had Javits, another powerhouse. Then Kamal, another one with super strength. Then you had that cool monster lizard dude called Mellencamp. After that, we have Milan, then the Orator, Projector. Spore was a really interesting member of this team. He had pheromone powers that can alter the moods of others. Like, he caused a lot of trouble for Excalibur. After that, you had Static, Unison, and Vandalo. And with that, we covered most of the members of the Acolytes. I hope you guys liked this video. See you guys next time. Bye.